Hi, everybody. It's Nell Thames, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Mount Vernon, Texas, and welcome to my Sunday night card making. This is a free card class. I have a line of products off to my left here to make some cards with you. We're going to make 1, 2, or 3 cards depending on how long I chat. So maybe we'll just, I hate to start too early because I like to give people a little bit of time to find me on YouTube or Facebook because I always like to know when people are here watching with me. So if you are here watching with me, please let me know whether you're on Facebook or YouTube. Just give me a heads up and say hello and let me know where you are watching from. All right, there we go. So with me is my husband, David. He is my producer. He runs all the graphics behind. He runs all the graphics behind the scenes, does all the camera, well, not camera work. Well, he does when we do multiple cameras. Today we're not going to. So he is here. So if you hear him talking in the background, sometimes I just like to chat with him because it's just me sitting in a studio otherwise, especially if it's kind of quiet. So we're going to start with a pinwheel card. And so I drew these nice dark lines on my grid paper. And I'm going to start by just placing the first one like this, okay? And now I'm going to take my, these cuts are, I have some notes. This is good. Notes are good for me. So this piece of paper, this is Daffodil Delight. It is 2 5/8 inches by 2 5/8 inches square. And so these are going to be the base for our pinwheel. And we're going to take them and we're going to make, we're going to use the grid lines to make a pretty little squarish here. It's not square. What is it? I don't know. It's a pinwheel. But I need some glue. One of the reasons we like liquid glue here at Stamp with Nell is because it's a little bit forgiving in terms of when I need to move things around a little bit. So we'll just try to keep that straight, get this about in the same place on both sides, and just put it down. So my point today is to have you work with, or to use up some of my retiring designer series paper. Stampin' Up! Makes beautiful paper, and every time something new comes out, I feel like I want to get rid of the old so that I can play with the new. So I am going to start with this. I'm using the Just Kiddin DSP. This is a DSP that I really did not use at all. The DSP really isn't quite my style, and so I did a product share, so I ended up with a bunch of it left over, but I did not use it. So for this first one, we are going to just put a dot of glue in the corner just so that we can adhere it. We're going to leave a nice edge. Again, we're using liquid glue. I'm using liquid glue because that is my adhesive of choice. And so we're going to put that there first. And now these pieces are 1 1/4 square. And I have 2 different designs of designer series paper. I actually cut them in a 1 1/4 inch long strip, and then I cut them down from there. So you can see the little kids on the other side. I don't have any little kids. I don't have any grandkids yet. So, actually, that's not quite true. David does have grandsons. But hi, Mary. Thanks for coming. But I do not, we don't see them very often, and I don't make very many cards for them. I probably should, because now I'm going to have a reason to use this paper. So what I'm doing is I am putting my glue on the back, and I'm leaving a little bit of a gap around the edges. Not gap, that's not what I want to say. Margin, thank you, around the edges. And it doesn't matter whether your DSP is upright or not, because part of this will be upside down anyway. If you're concerned about it, you could certainly put it the way you want to see it. But in my particular case, I don't care if the design goes up and around. That's fine with me. So we're working our way around here. Okay. Mary, we are making a pinwheel card. So you could card along with us. All right. And some, not too much. You don't need a ton of liquid glue. I've quoted this person who I cannot remember who it was. I've quoted them multiple times that if you can see it, it's enough. So yeah, thank you, Mary. So there we go. And Mary's thinking, wow, you are almost done with this card. What are you going to do for the other 25 minutes? Well, Mary, you just stick with me. I got a line of stuff lined up off to my left here of stuff to do. We'll see. We'll see what we get around to doing. Okay, so we are at the last square. And in order to complete the pinwheel, we are going to pick this edge up. We're going to do this upright so that I can see what I'm doing. And we're going to pick this edge up, and that was silly. I shouldn't have twisted it like that. I should just put it in the way I had it in my hand, because now I've got it all. There we go. And then we're going to put another dot of glue on this side. Not too much. You don't need a ton. I don't know if you can see that. Whoops. Well, okay, that was a ton. Shh, don't tell anyone I put a lot of glue there. Don't tell anyone, David. David's the only, well, he's not the only witness, Mary. Mary might not be making her trip to Italy now. Okay, so now we're going to go, which way do we care? Oh, let's see. I didn't even do this on purpose, but now my arrows all go around. Pretty cool. Anyway, and now we're going to take this and we're going to put it on this base. This is 4 inches by 5 1/4. We're just going to put it right here with Stampin' Dimensionals that I brought out over here. So I hope you all had a nice weekend. We had really lovely weather. And so we went to the nursery this weekend, the plant nursery. And this one might be, and bought a few plants. We went to the local school. We went to the FFA sale to get their plant sale as well. So I usually do, or I have been doing succulents in the house. Now that we no longer have a cat, I can actually have plants in the house, because I was always worried she would eat them. I think I'm going to go up this way. See, now if I put my stuff right here again, then I can use, nope, that's not. I don't know. Now I'm really worried about getting this, perfectly centered. I'm never worried about doing anything perfectly, because we don't. And so we went to the FFA sale and had a good time getting outside and doing stuff. So I'm not sure. So I'm kind of crafting on the fly here. Which is why I'm thinking out loud. I had this image in my head of what this was going to look like, but because the stars are on here, it's kind of messing with my image. But I'm going to do it anyway. So we're just going to float this one a little bit like that. We'll put not on the card base though, or on the card panel. That would be a bad idea. I really need to grow my nails so that I actually have nails to pick things up with. All right, and so we're just going to run this a little bit like this. I'm not going to worry too much about it. I'm sorry. I'm pushing and thinking at the same time. It's not working. I'm not sure which part isn't working, the pushing or the thinking. Okay, and then we're going to use, again, dimensionals or half dimensionals if you're into that kind of thing. And there we go. We also bought some planters. Oh, that is not straight at all, but this is what liquid glue is all about. Okay, that's better. And there's that. And one would say, well, now, why did you make that double? Well, because I had thought about, I always like a front panel, because then I can wrap twine or whatever it is I want to wrap around it, or I can emboss. In this case, because the pinwheel was a little busy to me as once I got it assembled, so I decided we are not going to emboss. We're just going to leave it. That doesn't mean you can't emboss. It just means I chose not to. So there's that. Now that was really simple. I mean, we are what, David? Ooh, we're 10 minutes in. I gotta move on here. All right. Here it is. All right, we need a little bit of bling because everything needs a little bit of bling. And thankfully, I'm actually running out of some of these. And I say thankfully because I probably have 6 packs of these. They were a huge favorite of mine, and well, are a huge favorite of mine, which means that, but the more of them that I have, and that was 5 if you were counting. Thank you, Mary. That was 5 little blingies because, you know, everything needs a little blingy. We are going to do, let's see what I have already. Yeah, we're going to do grateful for the everyday magic of you. I think that works as a sentiment for all sorts of occasions. So, oh, Mary, do you like my block? Can you see my block? Maybe you can't see. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, you can't. There it is. Oh, anyway. So grateful for the everyday magic of you. It works for a birthday. It works for a just, you know, I love keeping in touch with you. Okay. Ugh. Nope. I think my thing is not straight. Yeah, it's my. So this is the problem when I don't put it straight on my block. Oh, that's much better. Woohoo! Good thing I had 2 chances there. I know. Wherever did I get that block? Someone who just, I know, adores me because, you know, I'm that kind of person, gave it to me. David? No, David didn't give it to me. Mary gave it to me. Yay, Mary! Thank you, Mary. See, I even use it. Now I lost my piece of, there it is. Okay, so we're, that was in Berry Burst, and I should tell you that these cards will all be on my blog on Tuesday, and all of the instructions and measurements and all that fun stuff. So if I forget to say something, never worry. You can pick it up on Tuesday when you check out my blog at stampwithnell.com. And that's Nell with 1 L, Mary. Okay, now you all know, oh, that's not the right side. You all know that I am not, I do not typically put glue on my inside sentiment panels because I am too liberal with my glue usage. And so I like Stamped Seal. This happens to be Seal Plus, but I like an adhesive tape for, sorry, I have a little bit of overflow here. There we go. And I like it because that way I don't get any, because I don't just put it on my glue at the edges. I put it all in the center and squiggle it around. And so, okay, so there we go. That's that. But let's make an envelope as that looks awfully dark, doesn't it? This is Berry Burst, this color here. Oh, no, it looks better on YouTube than it does on Facebook. Okay, so we're going to use this pretty piece of paper and also liquid glue. I keep trying to use liquid, the tape, the seal, for my envelope flaps because I feel like a lot of times I'm just too heavy with the glue. And I have not yet figured out the best way to apply it. Yes, sir.
Linda Campbell says, "Hi, Nell. Love the card. Thanks. I'll give it a try."
All right, great, Linda. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate your comment. Stay tuned, Linda. We got a couple more coming. This is we're using cards or using up our DSP before the new stuff comes. We got to make room for the new stuff, right? Out with the oldish. Well, out with the retiring. It's not that we want to get rid of it necessarily, just we can't replace it. So, all right. So that's that. Now I'm going to take just a brief interlude here. Yeah. I'm going to take a brief interlude here, and I want to show you something that I learned. I don't know who I learned it from, so I would give credit if I could, but my memory is not what it used to be, apparently, because, and it's also been a while. It might have been Heidi Collins, because I watched her quite a bit. I'm just going to show you how I apply the backs to my red rubber stamps. Now, I have tried to use these without the sticker on it, and it does not work for me. They don't stay on as well, and so I am a fan of stickers. And so I put the sticker on. I take it off the sheet, and I put the sticker on my block. I used to put it on directly onto the stamp back, and I could never get them straight. So I peel off the backing and I turn it over, make sure it's in the same place, and then I line up the edges, and it typically then is straight and ready to go. So there we go. Now look at that. We have put our stamp on the sticker on the stamp, and we are all set to make the next card. All right, we're going to move that out of the way, and we're going to bring out some Earthen Elegance DSP, and we're going to make a card. This one just kind of blows my mind. I don't know why, but it's not what I expect to see when making a card. So this piece is, we'll measure it. This piece is 5 inches long. Is that right? Yeah, 5 inches long. And then it's 5.5 inches tall, a typical size of a card, sort of. It is, Lord, I'm scored. Thank you. It is scored at 4 1/4, so this way. So basically, that means you have a 3/4 inch fold over here. Now, if you've, actually, I was going to say I put this on a blog before, but I didn't. I actually put this in. We currently have a team challenge going on for where we are trying to use DSP, which made me think of this today. And I made this card for that challenge. So the idea is that you have this piece that is 4 1/4 by 5.5. 4 1/4 by 5, yeah, 4 1/4 by 5.5. So it is the size of a full-size card, and you're going to use the DSP as the front of your card. Now I am using the 2023-25 luster paper. I love this paper. I'm sad that it's retiring, but because it's retiring, it's in this fun little video about the retiring DSP. So we're going to take, I had a piece of natural, there it is, natural wavy ribbon, and I'm going to put this around the front, and I'm going to try, I know it's a little bit thick, but we're going to use it anyway because I like it. It's pretty, and it is what it is. So I typically put this on when I do ribbon like this. I typically put it on with Seal, or this is Seal Plus. I don't have any. My Seal, I think, is in my other drawer. I still haven't moved everything over to this desk. So, all right, and we're going to cut that off. Okay, so that's a little, there we go. And then we're going to take this, and so you get to see the full DSP. You get to see the front and the back, and I love the back of this. I used a little piece of it somewhere in the next card if we get to it. If I run over my time, we won't get to it, but I don't want to keep you any longer than half an hour today. So, all right. We're going to use Seal Plus for this as well because of the ribbon. Lord Almighty, I'm a mess here. Okay, and then we're going to line it up in the corner. Am I in the camera? Yeah. All right, you're going to line it up right here, and then just push this over, and you have this part of the card. Okay, I might need to put a little bit of glue in there. Yeah, I thought this ribbon might create a little bit of a gap, and it does, but we are card makers, and we know how to solve problems. Card makers are problem solvers, which means we're just going to add a little bit of glue so that the edge adheres. I probably should have put that seal closer to the edge. Okay, there we go. Now, the interesting thing about this card is, well, first of all, we're going to make 2 of them if we have enough time. We might not have enough time for the second one, although I've done all the die cutting and etc. So I have a dimensional back. They're everywhere. They are everywhere. All right, so we're going to put this right here. And we're going to take the hexagon punch, We're going to punch just pretty much wherever we feel like it because we haven't stamped the sentiment yet. Now this hexagon punch is going to be available again in May. Right now it's on, it is not available. So, all right. Now we're going to take this. I'm going to, I hate to adhere it because, you know, we just had that problem. So I'm just going to lay this in here. I've done it both ways where I've adhered it first. Sometimes I regret that. So, and we're going to take some copper clay ink. My hands are really inky today. I did a lot of working this morning. So then you can see exactly where you're laying this. May the good you do come back to you, and boop. Okay. Beauty. And that now we will adhere this down. And I'm not going to, I did not plan any further decoration in here. So, I probably should have put a piece of, we can do that. Do we have a piece of, how about some gold? We have some distressed gold, also retiring. I'm telling you, I bought the distressed gold, and then it went on the retiring list. And I bought something else. Oh, that happened to me when I bought the copper foil. That was a while ago. That went on the retiring list. I bought the melon mambo and the granny apple green. That went on the retiring list. So with this, I just want to make sure I don't get it too far over to the edge because I don't want it to show through my hexagon. And I like the simplicity of this card. I like how fast it is. I've said before on my blog that I make cards for cancer patients that the nonprofit is called Send a Smile Today, and we use them when David's mom had cancer, and I didn't put enough glue on there. So, and she really enjoyed receiving the cards, and so I will make them occasionally. I don't make them all the time, but I like to make kind of quick and easy cards because they need so many of them. They send out, I think the last count I read was they'd sent out, I put it in the blog, I can't remember now. It was a very large number of cards. Maybe it was 8,000. But they send 700 cards a month or something like that. So, all right, there we go. Now, we can add a little bit of something to the front because the front is a little bit plain in this particular card. And you could, of course, do whatever you wish with the card in terms of decorating. But I'm kind of my idea was to give you the idea. Okay, might not want to use that. My idea was to give you the idea, and then you could do what you wish with it. I love these darn dots, and they're going away too. So it's like my goodbye to all the retiring products. Okay, and I did not pull out apparently I didn't pull out any envelopes. I was going to just make, and actually the nonprofit that I gift to, they no longer take envelopes because they want thank you, Mary. They want all the envelopes to be the same size. It's just easier for the volunteers to stuff them. So they use a bigger envelope than, I'm not even going to cut this down. I'm just going to put it on since it happens to be sitting here. So anyway, that's fine. I feel like then they have naked envelopes, but we're not going to talk about that because, they don't want the envelopes. I get it. I'll save the money on the envelopes and make them more cards. All right, so something very simple. And This is my cutting song. This is my fussy cutting song. Actually, I cannot sing in fussy cut. I can barely talk in fussy cut because even this simplest fussy cutting in the world, right? I know, Mary, right? That's what I said too. I'm like, what do you mean you don't want my envelopes? I put some time into those envelopes. All right, and then I am just going to stamp. Let's see, we got some Pebble Path hanging out over here. So I'm kind of bummed. I think this is the eye block. I am pretty sure I wrote down a list of, somewhere I wrote down a list of the blocks that were sticking around. The poor little A block doesn't get enough love. and it's gone already. It's already sold out. And I actually was, and the reason I know that is because I went in to replace or not to replace, but to get me another one. Hold on. And because I heard it was retiring, and so this is Pebble Path, just a little pampas grass. And there we go. So we are at 6:25. I'm going to save my last card for the blog because I don't want to keep you too long. Yeah, the G is gone too. You're right. The G, I have the little G guy. I just had him out because he was. But I think there's one more too that is going away. Well, this I is going away. So I think. Anyway. Well, because it just insists on being there by itself. Oh, the pampas grass? Is that what I'm supposed to say? I don't know how to say it then, I guess. It's my northern. I don't know how to say it. Anyway, okay, so that is it for today. There will be a third card on my blog on Tuesday, so if you're interested in seeing another way to use up DSP, it'll be this pattern, but we're going to decorate the front. So thank you very much for stopping. It is going away. I know, right? I mean, it doesn't make sense that any of the blocks would go away, because then what are you going to put in your fancy dancy little block holder? I mean, it's like now empty. No, it's not empty because mine is still full. Actually, this one could go away. What is this, the F block? This thing is enormous, and this might actually be going away. I can't even hold on to this one. It is the F block. I can't even hold on to it. It's so big. So anyway, I appreciate you stopping by today. We'll be live next week again on Sunday at 6 p.m. Central Time. Oh, it is. Oh, good. I can't hold on to it. Well, I have to use a stamp positioner for something that big because I can't hold on to them. My hands don't allow that. Anyway, so I will see you all next week. Please stop by my blog on Tuesday for all the instructions for this card and the third card that I'm going to make for you. And I appreciate you all being here. If you are on the replay team, please let me know that you stopped by. I'd love to know that you watched as well. And if you would like and subscribe to the video and set the notification to all on YouTube, then you'll know every time I go live. So thank you very much. Have a great night, and I'll see you next week.